Incessant rains in the upstream areas of Ravi, Beas, and Satluj have created havoc like never before. The catchment areas of these rivers have received ample rainfall, which has led to flooding in the plains of Punjab. I'm Ruchika Khanna, and in today's episode of Decode Punjab, I'm joined by my colleague Vijay Mohan as we speak to the former Secretary of BBMB, Mr. Satish Singla. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
So, a lot of debate is going on in Punjab and, in fact, everywhere in India. Are these floods man made? What has happened? I mean, could the floods have been avoided?
It's a very, you could say, answer can be yes or no also, because the climate is changing. Everybody knows, because we are getting very heavy intensity rains, which was not earlier. Now concentrated rains are there, cloudbursts. You see, this phenomena is just 5-6 years old, and so very heavy rain precipitation is there. Then the flash floods come. So we can say, yes, it's happening due to some climate change. Climate change is not happening due to some human activities. So we can say, yes, it's due to human activity, not deliberately done or wrongly done by any person technically as far as dam operations are concerned. But yes, man can avoid this. This is the answer. Man can avoid this by proper planning and having a robust drainage system in the downstream area. The government should focus on that, because it's a now regular phenomena. We have got in 2019 floods, then 23 floods, then 25. So gap is decreasing. We're getting very frequent floods. So we have to think over it, and government has to take some measures.
So you are saying that because the drainage system was not clear, जो एक allegation बार बार लगता आ रहा है कि जो पंजाब में जो river systems है, river beds में बहुत ज़्यादा silt deposition थी, the carrying capacity of the river had decreased. Is that what you're trying to hint at, sir?
I can't say. I don't have definite information what was the levels of the silt and all that. But yes, that needs to be improved, because when the dams were not there, the regular phenomena when flood comes and passes through floodplains, such development was not there. So no hue and cry, nothing, no more damages. Now this scenario has changed. After the dams have come into picture, dams are managing the water, and people are used to कि पानी नहीं आएगा, water won't come, because dams are never full so frequently. So 5-7 years, after 5-7 years some water comes, people can say okay, it's okay, and regulated water, controlled release is there. So now the development has taken place. Even the floodplains have been encroached upon, you can say, or some human activities there.
Floodplains and riverbeds both?
Yes, both.
Yeah.
So earlier there was no band even. The flood used to pass at a widespread, means it was taking a shape of suppose 5 kilometer width. Now we can't afford that 5 kilometers. So people are even cultivating their lands, because they get the opportunity. It's a normal thing. So our focus should be how to pass these floods safely and with the you can say very robust drainage system.
So these can be passed by a robust drainage system.
Yes, we have to, because that requires very you can say massive planning and a huge financial burden. So if our focus, our priority is there, then government can do it.
Singla sir, can you give us an overview of the Bhakra Beas projects? How many dams are available? How many barrages are available? And what is the flood control mechanism these dams affect?
Yes. Actually, we have now 3 rivers left in India. That's first is Satluj. Satluj, we have Bhakra Dam. So, and on Beas there is a Pong Dam, and it's a diversion dam upstream also, Pando Dam, that is called diversion. And then on Ravi we have the Thin Dam, that is called now Ranjit Sagar Dam. This Bhakra and Pong, they are managed by BBMB, and Ranjit Sagar Dam is managed by Punjab authorities. These dams were perceived in the immediate after independence. These were planned and designed to counter the famine conditions in the downstream area, which were frequently happening. and to some extent to save the people from the floods. So the design of the dams is such like that what we get uh, optimally we can use the capacity. Like you can say suppose I am getting 10 BCM of waters on the average and a Satluj catchment in the months of monsoon when we have excessive water. Otherwise, all season we don't get water whatever is required. So no storage can be there. So only these monsoon months, mostly these 3-4 months, we get excessive water. So that water was assessed how much water on the average is available, and to utilize that water, how much can be stored, because it all involves huge expenditure and resources like land, submergence, and then the canal network. So it was very well planned. Okay, how much area is to be irrigated, how much area we need, and how much water is available. So that storage for a season was created. It's not a storage for 2-3 years. It's very small storage. Suppose we around 10 BCM we get in Satluj during this rainy season, and 3-4 BCM is generally used in that very period for irrigation purposes. On the average, I am saying you can get even 12 BCM if it is flooding or excessive rains. So you can get even 5 BCM. It is if it is drought. So average on the average parameters, these are designed, and if suppose 3 BCM is used, so we need a 7 BCM storage. That's the factors which come into force when it is designed, analyzed. Like that, these projects have been designed, and that it's a history now. It's a functioning 63 since 63 is more than you can say 60 years.
So a lot of issues, crop up often, across the world. बहुत सारी यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में या इवन बहुत सारी वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में अब ये बोला जा रहा है कि जो डैम्स हैं, इट इज़ अ फेल्ड प्रोजेक्ट. वुड यू एग्री विद दैट? They're saying that dams इतने बड़े बड़े आप बना देते हो, पर उसमें जब फ्लडिंग होती है they actually are unable to manage the flooding, because उसमें भी जब भर जाते हैं डैम्स तो उसको भी उसी तरह रिलीज करना पड़ता है जिससे नुकसान उतना ही होता है.
नहीं, आई डोंट एग्री. मैं तो देखिए डैम्स में कभी भी उतना नुकसान नहीं होता. अगर डैम ना होते तो सपोज़ ये जो आपका इसी सीज़न का ले लीजिए, अगर डैम ना होते तो जो 3 लाख का पीक आ रहा है या जो भी ब्यास
14.11 लाख का पीक आया रावी में इस समय इस साल में.
अच्छा, आई डोंट नो 14.11 तो नहीं होगा.
That would be the total
maybe volume. That may be the volume, like 11 BCM volume in this Pong Dam we are saying now. But when the peak comes, its total volume is something like you can say some other thing. You can it can be widespread for 3 months continuously. Rain is there, and sometimes happens that rain happens only in 1 or 2 days, like it happened 23 in 7th, 8th, 9th July.
Yes,
it was the heaviest rain ever recorded. So when you say dams, if dams would not have been there, so that the total impact of that heavy rains or heavy discharge in the rivers would have damaged whole of the you can say these 6 or 7 districts of Punjab. But somehow when dams are there, in initial stages when dams are just started to fill, like in July, then August, then near to filling in September, in initial stages we have very ample storage. So initial stages flood protection is very great. Flood achievement is achieved, very because we can store even in 23. What I remember, whatever precipitation or releases were there, inflows were there in July, all were absorbed in the dam because we are having storage, no problem. Even the rule curves have been developed. Rule curves are taking into dam safety considerations. Then this minimum should be maintained for drinking also, and maximum so that the concentrated releases are avoided. So they are designed, but sometimes even we can violate that.
But sir, are BBMB's decisions based more on technical, or are they also politically influenced? Because there is a lot of talk that Punjab government actually stopped BBMB from releasing additional water this time, because politically जो सरकार है उसको बड़ा harm कर रहा था कि ज़्यादा जितना पानी ज़्यादा छोड़ा जाता है, अब आप देखिए पोंग डैम कितने दिनों से अपनी डेंजर मार्क से ऊपर चल रहा है, करीब 5 फुट ऊपर चल रहा है आज भी। सो उसमें से जो पानी छोड़ा जाना चाहिए उसको कंट्रोल्ड रिलीज करने में आपको रोका जाता है। इज इट ट्रू कि क्या पॉलिटिकल इंटरफेरेंस होती है और आपके टेक्निकल डिसीजंस के ऊपर पॉलिटिकल डिसीजंस ज़्यादा भारी होते हैं?
वैसे देखिए, मेरा तो 20 साल का करियर रहा है बीबीएमबी में, तो मुझे कभी भी ऐसी सिचुएशन नहीं आई कि क्योंकि टेक्निकली वॉट एवर डिसीजन टेकन वी वर एबल टू कन्विंस आर all the partners, even their governments. So with the technical people, then technical people can put on the thanks to their masters and politicians. For the first time, we have seen that despite of technical decision taken by BBMB in their full meeting to release the water, because the ample water was available in the summers. And
मेरे ख्याल 1560 फुट के करीब उस समय पानी का लेवल था।
1560 or 1555 it was there. And actually ideally the dam should be emptied before the rainy season, ideally. But still we hedge against some drought conditions when we have some information that monsoon is not normal or abnormal. So ideally we should empty it and we should try to use maximum water, whatever is available in the dams before the onset of monsoon. And we take decisions according to that, and technically good decisions. Yes, we have water, then leave aside the sharing, whatever which state needs, that should be given in national interest. It's lying in the kitty, and when you are full of assurance that yes, it's a normal rain, monsoon is coming, so we are assured that yes, we will fill the dams and use the water optimally. But this summer it happens, and I was also approached by some media. I have given my view that it should not have taken place. It should have been resolved technically at the level, and the managers should have resolved the things.
So you're saying this is a very recent phenomenon?
Yes, it's
the political decisions, being considered over and above the technical decisions is a very recent phenomenon.
Other thing I want to say, as per my technical background, the asphalt is also a victim of this political. Otherwise, it's good for Punjab also and Haryana also.
Okay.
At present, the dams are almost at full level. Bhakra is almost full. Pong is above the danger mark.
Yes.
So what actually happens when water level crosses the danger mark?
Actually, that is not danger mark. In layman language, we say it's danger mark. It's a full reservoir level. Means we are supposed to fill the reservoir till this level, and beyond that should be kept reserved for any eventuality like excessive flood coming, because when the dam is full to the reservoir level, then it has a certain opening to release the water. But that opening can't be like that. If we stuck with suppose a 1 in 1,000 years flood, suppose we can pass that very volume instantly. That doesn't happen because you have a certain limit. And suppose Bhakra is designed for you can say 3 lakh cusecs it can discharge at the max, and flood is coming suppose 8 lakh, which is 1 in 10,000 years phenomena. It can come anytime. It can be next year, it can be this year, it can be.
So you just mentioned that SYL, would be good for Punjab and Haryana. Why would you say that? It's such a major political issue between the two states. It's a very emotive issue as well for the people. But you going against the grain when you say that.
Yes, because you see, for the last you can say for the 20-25 years, you have seen a dam is not emptied. Dam is always, Bhakra is always there at 1550, 1560, or exceptionally in 18 it went to 1490. Otherwise, the water is always left there. If the canal system SYL would have been there, so some areas of even Punjab could have been irrigated by that water. What is excessive, extra water?
पर सरकार तो पंजाब की कहती है कि हम तो टेल एंड्स तक पानी कैनाल का लेके जा रहे हैं आज की डेट में.
हाँ, बिल्कुल लेके जा रहे हैं, तो अच्छी बात है जो कैनाल सिस्टम है. बट अगर कुछ और कैनाल सिस्टम को परसीव किया गया था तो उससे ठीक है, दूसरी स्टेट को भी मिलता, हरियाणा को वो SYL वाटर डिलीवर होता, पर पंजाब के भी कुछ एरिया में होता. और इसके लिए कुछ अलग एग्रीमेंट हो सकते थे कि ठीक है जब एक्सेस होगा तो दिया जा सकता है, अदरवाइज नहीं देंगे. It can be central government can intervene, both states can intervene. Whenever there is an extra in kitty, that should be utilized to the national interest.
So, agar how is the water distributed between the three states, and generally, if there is excess inflows into the dams, so क्या उस समय हम ये water sharing जो होता है हम change कर सकते हैं? How does it work, sir?
That always we have done it, always, because when we have extra water in our kitty, and suppose Punjab like this year happened, Punjab was not needing water for as per their share. So, Punjab's share was left in the dam, and Haryana and Rajasthan have exhausted their share, but still water was there. And where's the need to store that extra water, because we were having a forecast of normal monsoon. So, it was very much clear that we will fill the dams.
पंजाब कहता है कि जब गर्मियों के दिनों में हमें पानी की जरूरत ज्यादा होती है, राइपेरियन राइट हमारा बनता है.
नहीं, ठीक है, राइट बनता है.
मेरा सवाल सुनिए.
मैं बिल्कुल.
सो पंजाब कहता है कि हमारा राइपेरियन राइट है. आई एम प्लेइंग द डेविल्स एडवोकेट. सो पंजाब कहता है कि राइपेरियन राइट मेरा है पानी पर. सो मुझे गर्मियों के दिनों में जरूरत है तो मैं तब तुम्हें उतना ही दूंगा जो तुम्हारा शेयर है, उसके बियॉन्ड नहीं दूंगा. पर जब पंजाब के पास एक्स्ट्रा पानी है, जब पंजाब फ्लड हो रहा है, तो उस समय व्हाई हैज हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट सेड दैट नहीं, हमें पानी मत दो, हमें नहीं,
ये तो नैरेटिव्स हैं पॉलिटिकल. एक्चुअली क्या है,
अब पानी
चिट्ठी डाल दो, कुछ भी करे आप. टेक्निकली देखिए कि जब एक्सेस वाटर है, अभी रेन ज़्यादा है, तो कैन ए सिस्टम बी डेवलप्ड टू लिफ्ट दैट वाटर टू सम अपर रीचेस? इट कांट बी. व्हाई नॉट दे से कि यस, हिमाचल शुड स्टॉप देयर वाटर, it should not come to the dams. No, it is not possible. So it's a natural phenomena. Water will flow from up to down.
So this is all political.
All political. Nothing like that. It can't happen here. How the Haryana can use it? How the Rajasthan? Water can be used through canals only. And moreover, when it's raining there also, why they need water? Water has to be stored, and stored water can be used in this at the time when there is a you can say shortage of water.
Okay. So talking about storage, silting is a major issue in reservoirs. So how has this impacted the storage capability of dams, and what can be done to overcome this? Does silting in reservoirs itself has an impact on flooding downstream?
No, not a direct impact, but indirectly yes, because after all your storage capacity is depleting day by day. But it's a phenomena that was conceived even before, even when the structures were designed. So very large dams. Silting is not very easy in these dams.
But it can be done?
It can be done, it can be tried, but globally, if I say technically, not a very viable solution is there. But it can be attempted, like BBMB has attempted last year. Okay, why not we should desilt the floodplains of Bilaspur, because they remain almost 6 months out of reservoir. The water level recedes to that extent that in live storage there we can just add to that capacity. So that was attempted. Why not go for mining, and Himachal can be paid even royalty for that mining, or Himachal can be interested with some its uses. Yes, you lift it free of cost and use it somewhere. You can, if you can use it in roads, road filling and all that. That attempt is being made and may be successful in future.
On that note, sir, I'd like to thank you for joining us for this episode of Decode Punjab. Thank you, viewers, for watching Decode Punjab. Do continue to read your favorite newspaper, which is the Tribune. Do follow us on all our social media handles across X, on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you.